Good morning, Facebook, or good evening, good afternoon, wherever anybody is. Just gonna hang tight for a few minutes. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Okay, hi. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay out there in Instagram land? I have 3 fans going because it's like 90 degrees already. Can you hear me okay? Hello. Great, thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I was on my way to an appointment yesterday and I was a few minutes late. And for some reason, the last few weeks, I haven't been terribly late to much, but it's like 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and time management has been something that I've struggled with since I was a kid. Getting up in the morning was always hard for me, or just always had a lot going on. I think I gave into the whole, if you're really busy, that's your worth, pretty early on. And anyway, I was driving to this appointment yesterday and all of this negative self-talk started coming out of me, like out of my own mouth. And it was crazy how mean it was, and about all different kinds of things that had nothing to do with being late. It was just really interesting, these beliefs that we still hold on to, these old stories, and how one scenario can trigger something you believe about something else that maybe you haven't thought about in 5, 10, 20 years. I don't know. It was just very interesting to see where these things that you thought that you've worked through, right, are still there, and they rear their ugly, sad, untrue heads. And it can just be really damaging and really surprising. And in May, right before I started the yoga teacher training, it was amazing, and the meditation was on courage, and it was just really beautiful. I'm sorry it didn't save for some reason. I don't know what that was. Just another example of living in the moment, right? It's all precious, it's all temporary, nothing is permanent. But it was an incredible journey, and I learned so much, and I made incredible friendships, and now I'm a yoga instructor, and it's incredible. And just deepen my meditation practice, and the gifts that I can share, and how I can serve in the world, and just deepening my understanding of the human condition, the soul condition. So as an actor and a writer, a show creator, it's all part of the same thing, which is lovely. And then I think June was just kind of recovering from that. It was a very intense 21-day process, 13-hour days, me and 7 people in a room. It was incredible, but it was a lot. And then this month, for some reason, has been a little tough for me emotionally. Just finding it challenging and harder to be brave, and harder to, I don't know, I think we get in these moments of momentum and just like, yeah, I can do anything. And then it always surprises me how easily I feel like the rug can be pulled out from underneath me. Even with these deep, beautiful, self-empowering, self-explorative, self-love practices that I have, it's just, we're all still human, right? And I don't know, I just think it's important to pay attention when those things happen and when it gets hard for us, and not judge ourselves too harshly. Just be present to it and come back to our real selves, and work on that. So sorry that was a little long, but I just wanted to kind of give a explanation of where this meditation came from for me today. So if you are still here, if you are just joining, however you are watching this, even if it's later, go ahead and get comfortable. So you can lay down or sit in a chair and just roll your shoulders back. And if you're sitting down, make sure both feet are planted on the ground, or you can sit cross-legged. It's up to you. Take a deep breath, sigh it out, and close your eyes. I will keep an eye on the time. We're about 5 minutes in already. I like to keep these to 20 minutes, but because I chatted a little bit at the beginning, it might be a little longer. So hang tight. And I promise this will be no longer than 30 minutes, but probably just another 15 to 20. Okay? So go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't already. Like I said, get into a relaxed position and just start inhaling and exhaling fully and deeply. In through the nose, out through the mouth. If you want to sigh a couple times. Nice. Inhaling and exhaling. We are fully in summer with all kinds of summer weather and craziness going on all over the place. And if nothing else, it's probably hot where you are. So just let the heat kind of melt into you. Let it settle you, let it relax you. Full deep breaths. As always, any noises that are around you, any sensations that come up in the body. Whatever you're feeling, whatever thoughts you have, just let them pass right now. Just let them come and go. They can depart as easily as they arrived. So as you're inhaling and exhaling, focusing on the breath, letting noises, sensations, feelings, thoughts just float past. I want you to put your attention on your root chakra. It's the base of your spine. And just imagine kind of your root, your primal, most connected energy living there. Breathe into that space. Imagine a deep ruby red color. Send love there. So keeping your eyes closed, your body relaxed. focusing your attention on your root chakra at the base of your spine. It's a deep red color. Imagine source, imagine life force energy, creation, connectedness to the earth, to nature. And breathe into that space. Feel that light, feel that warmth, feel that energy. There's a power there, an ancient power, and certainly the power that's been with you the longest. So know that you come from love. You're here for love. You're here to be exactly who you are in its purest form. By following your joy, following your intuition. And yes, it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to doubt. Sometimes the journey is very difficult, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. So when you find yourself in movement and momentum, when you are really just going for it and feeling awesome, and then you hear your self-talk that happens to be negative and you trip yourself up, is there a pattern that comes out? Is there something that you've said over and over and over again that you just don't even think is true anymore, but you're just saying it out of habit? Are there stories that you're just saying out of habit because you're used to saying them? Because I bet they're not true. And even if they were true at one point, they're probably not true anymore. And we all do it. It's human nature. It's okay. And sometimes it's the voices of our parents, of our friends, of people we went to school with. And as cliche as it is, so much of our suffering, so much of our self-talk that's negative, so much of the hiccups that we have in this life are from our childhood. It's just the way that it is. I think everybody was doing the best that they could, but it's hard. This life can be difficult and it can be beautiful. And it's up to us to choose what we want to focus on. So just really gently see what those stories are. The stories that can stop you in your tracks. Stories that you know deep down are not true. Or you don't want them to be true anymore. You don't want to identify yourself with these negative stories anymore, these limiting beliefs. You know you're meant for more than that. You know you're meant for more than that. You know you're something bigger. You're part of something bigger than that. So once you have them floating around, you brought them to the surface, and we can just decide in this moment to let them go. In your mind, write them down on a piece of paper, rip them up, set it on fire, whatever you have to do in your mind's eye. You don't want to give in to that anymore. It's not necessary. We don't have to self-sabotage. We don't have to be predictable. We don't have to be anything other than what we want to be in this life, from this moment forward. So silently or out loud, repeat after me. In this moment, I'm willing to let go. It is easy to release limiting beliefs. I release these old stories. I can choose to be free. I choose to be free. In this moment, I am perfect in my imperfection. I can transform these old beliefs into acts of love. I am from love. I am here for love. I am love. I am meant to shine. And I can start today. Take a deep inhale and exhale. If at any point any of these old thoughts, these old beliefs come back, just take a breath and say it's easy to let go. I choose love instead. And with every breath, you can make that choice. And you can focus on the truth of who you are. You are filled with love. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of your best life. And anything you want to transform, you can do that starting today. So while we're in this open, relaxed place, ask yourself, what's something I can do today that's an act of love for myself, some self-care, exploration, healing, joy, pleasure, whatever it is. If you think the stories are pretty deep and you need to find a therapist, can you call your insurance? Can you look for sliding scale places today? If you want to work on your health, can you go for a walk or Google a yoga practice on YouTube or stretch? Just drink an extra glass of water. Can you read a book instead of messing around on the internet? Can you paint? Can you draw? Can you sing? Can you play? Can you laugh? Call an old friend? Go to the beach? Whatever it is, dig in, ask the question, and listen for the answer. And take the next few breaths to just connect to that truth. Trust your inner wisdom and your intuition. And try not to judge whatever answers you find. Stay curious, you might be surprised. Whatever the answer is, just make a decision right now that you can take one small step in that direction today. You can commit, you can decide. You are worthy simply because you're here. I encourage you until we meet again, can you take just 5 minutes a day to sit and be still, to draw, whatever you need, meditate, go outside, close your eyes, whatever feels good to you. We can create new stories and positive, affirming, loving beliefs whenever we choose to. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Until we meet again, please remember that your breath and your best, highest self, the self that comes from love, is always available to you. It's a good day for a good day, and I wish you a beautiful one. Take your time opening your eyes gently and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.